Maltuska and I drove up the coast one time from California. Came up this way. Came up Highway 5. We didn't know we were guns driving. And we went to a little town called Rogue River. I remember saying, you know, I'd love to have a church here. And a few years later, after I was ordained and such, it took some years, Archbishop Carrill, Bishop Carrill, now Archbishop, he gave me my choice. He said, you can go to Medford, Oregon, or you can go to Honolulu, Hawaii. I said, Medford, of course. And so that's how I got here. From Rogue River to Medford, of course, going Highway 5. And I see this house with that old barn. So I finally got the nerve, I guess, or whatever it took, to go up to the door. So I knock on the door, and a woman comes. So I say, you have an accent? Where are you from, may I ask? She said, Russia. And so we sit down, and I tell her what I have in mind. She said, everybody wants this place. My husband died a year ago. Last night was the first night I've been back here in a year. I'm asking God what to do, and you come to the door.
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful little church, full of grace. You walk into church and you feel God's presence in there.
Building a church, if you don't have the funds, it could be a lot of stress. I have a lot of help, and I have other help. Financially, it just hasn't been there. But somehow, a little here and a little there, I like it this way. It's a struggle for all of us. It's a struggle for all of us, and I like it this, because we'll all have something invested. When I'm gone, that church will still be there speaking to people. It will still be there saying it's a house of God. Whether you're Orthodox or Catholic or Buddhist, driving by, they're going to know it's a house of God. And I believe that's going to be one of our evangelical testimonies. We built a beautiful house of God, not large, but it will be absolutely heaven on earth. Ourselves and one another in all of our life, unto Christ our God. I'm not very good at asking for anything for myself. I'm really not. And I'm not very good at asking for anything even for our church. We don't pass a basket, as you know. We don't ask for offerings, as you know. I want people to feel in their heart that they want to support this. I want to leave room for God to really impress people. Unless the Lord builds the house, you build in vain. I don't know how to say it. Unless to look at you and look in whatever this camera or whatever and say, unless the Lord builds the house, we are building in vain, the house of God. And I hope somehow this gets through to people and they say, I want to be part of this. I have nothing to offer them. I can't offer them anything other than our deepest prayers. I think there's enough people out there who will understand that. It has to stay spiritual. Unless the Lord builds the house, the builder builds in vain. Unless the Lord protects the city, the watchman watches in vain.